So picture this. I'm 22, living my life, working my ass off, and I've got a girlfriend, Sarah, who's 20. Things are, you know, mostly chill. We've been together for a bit, and I thought we had a pretty good thing going. Turns out, I was wearing some seriously rose-tinted glasses. The shit started brewing a few nights ago. My buddy, Mark, hit me up. His girlfriend, Emily, was turning 21, and they were hitting up a bar to celebrate. Emily's a cool chick, always good for a laugh. And Mark's one of my oldest friends. Seemed like a no-brainer. I told Sarah about it, laid it all out. Hey, I'm heading out with Mark and Emily for Emily's 21st. I'll probably be gone for a couple of hours, maybe back by 9. Then 30 latest. I even offered to grab her some fast food on the way home, knowing it would be a late dinner for her. She seemed cool with it. Said something like, yeah, Tom, whatever, just don't be out too late. I thought we were golden. I'm usually pretty transparent with Sarah. I don't give her a play-by-play of my every move, but I also don't hide shit. I figured an hour or two at a bar with my friend and his girlfriend for her birthday was as vanilla as it gets. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? We got to the bar, and it was a decent spot. Not too loud, just right for some birthday drinks. Mark and I had a couple of bets going on some stupid sports stuff, and he owed me a drink. So he covered my first one. I only had one beer, and then I bought 3 test tube shots for Emily to celebrate her finally being legal. That was it. I wasn't even close to being drunk. While we were there, I shot Sarah a few texts, just checking in, letting her know everything was cool. Hey, having a good time. Emily's stoked. That kind of stuff. She didn't respond to all of them, but I figured she was busy or whatever. I just took it as a no news is good news kind of thing. Looking back, that was my first mistake, assuming silence meant consent or even just a lack of concern. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I say what I mean, and I expect the same from others. I figured if something was bothering her, she'd say it. Nah. I left the bar around 9. 15, grabbed Sarah her McDonald's 6-piece nuggets. Fries, the usual. I was feeling pretty good, thinking I'd done everything right. Came home when I said I would. Didn't get wasted. Even brought her food. Boyfriend of the year, right? I walked in, and the apartment was quiet. I found Sarah in bed, glued to her phone, scrolling through TikTok. I swear to God, if that's not a modern red flag, I don't know what is. Just zoned out. Oblivious to everything else, I walked over, handed her the food bag. Here you go. Babe, your late dinner. I figured she'd be happy, maybe even grateful. I mean, who throws away McDonald's? She barely looked up. She took the bag, got out of bed, and I thought, okay, cool. She's gonna eat at the table. But then she just walked straight to the kitchen, and I heard the rustle of the bag, followed by the distinct sound of food hitting the trash can. My jaw almost hit the floor. What the hell was that? I asked, it had completely bewildered. She turned around, her face like thunder. I already ate, she snapped, arms crossed. I just stared at her. Okay, but you could have just said that. We could have put it in the fridge. I would have eaten it for breakfast. I mean, it's not about the money. It's the principle. I made an effort, and she just tossed it like trash. It was a slap in the face. That's when she started. You're a shitty person for enjoying a drink with some whore. Hold on a minute. My friend's girlfriend, Emily, the one celebrating her 21st birthday. I felt my blood pressure rise. What the hell are you talking about? That's Mark's girlfriend, Emily. It was her 21st birthday. I saw a photo online. She practically spat. Of the 3 of you. And you texted me throughout the night and said your friend brought his girlfriend. And I didn't answer back. So, that was it. She saw a picture of me, Mark, and Emily, probably all smiling, because, we were out for a goddamn birthday, and the fact that she didn't text back meant she was pissed. What kind of twisted logic is that? I had told her the initial plan was just me and Mark, then updated her when Emily joined. I specifically said it was Emily's 21st. I texted her multiple times. I thought silence meant she was okay with it. Turns out, it meant she was simmering, building up a head of steam to unleash this bullshit when I got home. You really think, I said, trying to keep my voice even, that we were going to some motel or something. We were having a couple of drinks, celebrating her birthday, and I came straight home. The thought was so absurd it was almost funny. But the anger bubbling up in me wasn't. That's when she pulled out the big guns. You're drunk, and I fear for my safety. You need to sleep on the couch. Okay. Now that was a whole new level of unhinged. Drunk. I had 1 beer and 1 shot, spread out over 2 hours. Feared for her safety. I was standing there, holding an empty McDonald's bag, trying to figure out why my girlfriend just trashed perfectly good food and was accusing me of God knows what. This was a nuclear red flag. When a woman says she fears for her safety and you haven't done a damn thing to warrant it, that's not just drama with a little d, that's a capital D, double D drama with potential cops and handcuffs. I knew it instantly. I've heard enough stories from my buddies. I am not drunk, I said, my voice low and steady, and I'm not going to harm you, and I'm not sleeping on the couch. This is my apartment, and I paid for this bed. I wasn't backing down. I'd worked my ass off for this place. This furniture. Why the hell should I be exiled to the couch for her psychotic meltdown? She didn't like that. Not one bit. She stormed over to the bed, ripped the blankets off me, and then grabbed my pillow and flung it across the room. It slammed into my desk lamp, knocking it over with a loud crash. Glass shattered. That was it. That was the line. This chick was out of her mind. Stop being such a bitch. I snapped, the words out before I could really think. Just go to sleep. We'll talk about this in the morning. But even as I said it, a part of me was screaming, no, dude, don't go to sleep with her. You're gonna wake up with something important missing. It's a primal thing, a gut feeling when someone shows you that level of irrational anger and destructive behavior. She got all defensive then, huffed and puffed, and stomped out of the apartment. I didn't try to stop her. I didn't call her. I didn't text her. My first thought was, good, get her out of here. I knew I needed to control the narrative. This wasn't some minor disagreement. This was a full-blown psychological warfare. She went to her parents' place. I figured that's usually where they run when they've manufactured a crisis. The next morning, my phone started blowing up. Her friends, are you the asshole? What did you do? She's so upset. I couldn't believe it. This is why you control the narrative. She had clearly spun some wild tale to them, portraying herself as the victim. My friends, though, Mark especially, were telling me to cut ties. You don't need that toxicity in your life. Men, he said, and he was right. I knew it. This wasn't the first time she'd pulled some manipulative shit, but it was definitely the most extreme. I'd overlooked smaller instances before, brushed them off as just how she is, or she's just sensitive. Rose-tinted glasses. Remember, I'd tried to be understanding. Give her the benefit of the doubt, even though my gut was telling me something was off. A few days later, I made a mistake. I started texting a few of her friends, trying to clarify what she was saying about me. I figured if they heard my side, maybe they'd see the truth. Bad move. If they're her friends, they're going to side with her. No matter what. Mutual friends. Maybe her friends. Forget about it. That's when I found out the real kicker. She told them I hit her. In a drunken rage. My stomach dropped. That's a whole new ballgame. That's not just drama. That's a potentially life-ruining accusation. I mean, what evidence does she have? Did she go home and start punching herself? The thought was absurd, but also terrifying. This is exactly what those fear for my safety words are designed to do. They're nuclear launch codes. A couple of her friends, the ones I knew were a bit more level-headed, seemed to believe me, but even they said they had to be there for her because she was their friend. It was sickening. Thankfully, she didn't have a key to my place. I immediately changed the locks just in case. I wasn't taking any chances. The few friends of hers who did believe me, they actually offered to come over and help me pack her stuff. That was a small win, a sign that not everyone was drinking her Kool-Aid. I decided right then and there, I was cutting all ties. No more. This wasn't just unhinged. This was dangerous. I mean, I wish her the best, I guess, but honestly, I hope she shoves that lamp she broke up her ass. What she was doing, telling people I hit her, it could ruin everything. My job, my reputation, my life. All because she got pissed, I went out with my friend and his girlfriend. The level of insecurity and jealousy was mind-boggling. This whole mess was a stark reminder of why you need to do your homework before getting involved with someone, and especially before letting them into your home. I'm glad I didn't back down when she told me to sleep on the couch. I'm glad I got her out of my place. But man, it shakes you. You sleep with one eye open for a while after something like this. You tell everyone you know what happened, just to get the truth out there, because you know she's going to keep spinning that story. I wouldn't be surprised if the cops show up here one day, based on her lies. One of my buddies, who's been through something similar, told me straight up, the instant a woman says, I'm not safe with you, one or two things are going to happen. You flee, or you will eventually end up in jail. Those words are nuclear launch codes to the end of your life as you know it. He's been to jail over false accusations. He said he's never seen a man have a happy relationship after those words are uttered. It's the abusive woman's version of punching walls. It only escalates, never gets better. Flee while you still can, he told me, and he's right. This isn't some romantic comedy where she eventually sees the error of her ways. This is real life, and this kind of crazy escalates. My female friend, Sarah, a different Sarah, thank God, also chimed in. She said I wasn't the asshole and that my friends were right to tell me to dump this disaster of a human. She said I did everything right. Texted her, updated her, did exactly what I said I was going to do, got her food, came home when I said I would. This girl is not mature enough to handle a relationship, she said. She even told me about her husband, who goes out pretty much every day of the week with friends, both male and female, and she doesn't care because she knows he's loyal. She actually enjoys hearing about all the drama without being in the middle of it. Some women are cool. They just want to hear the drama and get a good laugh. Others, like my ex, create it. Another guy summed it up pretty well. You went out of your way to make her feel comfortable while you were out celebrating your friend's girlfriend's birthday. You didn't have to stay in communication with her. You didn't have to bring home food for her. All those are loving gestures to show your partner that you were thinking of them. He was right. I did everything textbook right, and she still found a problem with it. He went on. Your girlfriend accused you of inappropriate behavior by enjoying a drink with some whore. While accusing you of inappropriate behavior and showing her jealousy, she then throws unnecessary drama and throws your food away that either one of you could have eaten at that time. When you point out her toxic, insecure behavior, she then doubles down in a single instance by claiming your mere presence was a threat to her safety and displaying violent behaviors towards you, throwing the pillow, knocking over the lamp. Not only is this person showing true colors, but this is the type of woman mothers warn their sons to stay away from. Please listen to your girlfriend's own words and remove yourself from the relationship. Things won't get better with time. He basically laid out everything I was feeling, but couldn't articulate. This isn't something that gets better. This is who she is, and it's not something I can fix. I tried to be the analytical type, to logic my way through her emotional manipulation, to give her the benefit of the doubt. I thought if I just explained things clearly, if I was transparent, she'd understand. I was wrong. My mistake was giving one more chance after smaller instances of her emotional manipulation. My mistake was thinking I could fix her. So, here I am, done with her. One of two things is probably going to happen. Either I get a visit from the police, or her parents, or her older brother, all hearing her BS stories, or she's going to be back. So sorry I was jealous, begging for a second chance. If she comes back, I'm avoiding her like the plague. If I absolutely have to talk to her, it'll be in public, and I'm already looking up lawyers. Got a couple numbers saved in my phone, just in case. Because I don't think she's going to back down from this, I feel unsafe. He hit me narrative. This whole thing has been a harsh lesson in self-preservation. You protect your assets, your time, your mental health, and your reputation. You recognize when situations are draining your resources unnecessarily, and you act decisively when boundaries are repeatedly violated. I'm prioritizing my well-being, and I'm doing it without guilt. I've gained perspective after removing myself from the chaos. With time and space, I can see the patterns more clearly. I know now that trusting my gut when something felt off was the right move. I should have acted on it sooner. So, gentlemen, for God's sake, be careful who you get involved with. The second you see the crazy, end it. It's not worth it.